Prime Minister Mehran Town has reaffirmed Pakistan's desire to further strengthen political and economic partnership with Qatar. In a telephonic conversation with the Emir of the State of Qatar, His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, the Prime Minister appreciated Qatar's assistance to Pakistan during the pandemic, in particular the care afforded to more than 200,000 Pakistani expatriates working for the progress and development of the two countries. The two leaders exchanged views on the evolving situation in Afghanistan. The Prime Minister underscored that a peaceful and stable Afghanistan was in vital interest of Pakistan and the region. He underlined that after 40 years of conflict and instability, there was an opportunity to establish lasting peace in Afghanistan. Prime Minister Mehran Town emphasized that the world community must remain positively engaged and support the Afghan people in this crucial juncture, both economically and to help rebuild the country. This, he stressed, was crucial to avert humanitarian and refugee crisis in the country. Two leaders agreed to remain in close contact on bilateral matters as well as regional and international issues of mutual interests. Federal Minister for Information and Broadcasting Chaudhry Fawad Hussain said on Sunday that Pakistan had very clear policy on Afghanistan, and that was that it wanted stability and peace in the neighboring country. Talking to the media after offering condolences to Mujibur Rahman Shami, editor of Daily Pakistan, over the death of his elder brother here at his residence, he said Pakistan would support an inclusive government in Afghanistan. As far as the recognition of Taliban authorities was concerned, Pakistan did not want to take a unilateral decision, and it would go along with the regional countries and other global powers. The Federal Information Minister said that General Faiz Hamid is not the first intelligence chief who visited Kabul. According to the media reports, the intelligence chiefs of the USA, Turkey and Qatar also visited Kabul, he said, adding that the intelligence agency had their own working style. Any situation in Afghanistan would have deep impact on Pakistan because it has strategic, political, social and economic relations with the neighboring countries, so we cannot ignore Afghanistan. Minister for Interior Sheikh Rashid Ahmad said hue and cry of India on the prevailing regional situation was a natural outcome as it faced a shameful defeat with humiliation and disgrace in Afghanistan witnessed by the whole world. Talking to media persons at the Torkham border, the minister said that the world was well aware of India's such bemoaning conditions as it invested billions of dollars in establishing Afghanistan's National Directorate and Security and 60 training camps in Afghanistan in the last 40 years. He said that Indian Intelligence Agency Research and Analysis Wing and Afghanistan's National Directorate of Security were also in the state of stress on facing such defeat in fulfillment of their nefarious designs. Sheikh said their demoralized faces at the time of evacuation from Afghanistan were ample proof of their downfall, which was captured by the media also. He added that the whole world was giggling at the defeat of NDS from its own Afghan people. He dispelled this impression being presented by India that a large number of people were present at the Torkham border and that there were Afghan refugee camps. He made it clear that there were no such camps. He said Pakistan had completed the safe evacuation of 10,000 persons from Afghanistan, adding that 21-day transit visa was being given on arrival. Pakistan Defence Day will be celebrated all over the country with enthusiasm and with love and devotion to the martyrs of the homeland today. Defence Day is celebrated every year on September 6, 1965 against Indian aggression and in memory of the performance and sacrifices of the brave grandsons of the armed forces of Pakistan for national defence. The purpose of celebrating 6 September is to pay homage to the invaders and martyrs and to reaffirm our commitment to defend the motherland against all dangers. Today, 55 years ago, India dared to invade Pakistan with nefarious intentions, but with Pakistan's armed forces, with their determination, courage and fighting skills, not only retailed against the enemy but also thwarted its nefarious aims. September 6, 1965 was the day when the Indian Army crossed the international borders in the dark of night and attacked Pakistan, but the nation thwarted the nefarious intention of the enemy. The day will begin with the salute of 31 cannons in the federal capital and 21 cannons in the provisional capitals. On the occasion of Pakistan Defence Day, various events will be held across the country, including the federal capital Azad Kashmir, Gilgit Pakistan and 4 provinces. Flower-laying ceremonies will be held at the memorials of the martyrs who sacrificed their lives for the defence of the homeland, and Fatiha will also be offered. A main Defence Day function will also be held at GHQ to pay homage to the martyrs. In connection with Pakistan Defence Day, prestigious events will be organized in different cities with all the cantonments, while the occasion of Defence Day, dignified ceremonies will be held at the shrines of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah and Allama Muhammad Iqbal. Individuals under the age of 18 will be required to produce their B-Form number in order to register in the National Immunization Management System, and immunocompromised individual aged 12 to 17 will also be vaccinated with the Pfizer vaccine, according to the National Command and Operating Center. They will currently be required to provide their medical certification as verification, as the immunization drive is currently only open to anyone over the age of 17. Individuals over the age of 17 must have one shot by September 15 and be fully vaccinated by October 15, or they would be barred from entering educational institutions, according to Sajid Shah, according to Sajid Shah, a spokesperson for the National Health Services Ministry. He stated that people who were immunocompromised and over the age of 12 could acquire the vaccines at designated vaccination sites after showing their medical records, and he advised parents to make sure that children receive the shots. On the other hand, Australia is utilizing COVID-19 vaccines to speed up its vaccination programs as it confronts a surge of cases that have put more than half of the country's 25 million people in lockdown. The vaccinations arrived on Monday. People in the country's two largest cities, Sydney and Melbourne, as well as the capital, Canberra, are subjected to stay-at-home restrictions, which the government says will be gradually eased once 70% of people over the age of 16 have been vaccinated. Sindh High Court Chief Justice Ahmad Ali Sheikh remarked on Friday that there is no need for effective legislation and strict implementation, rather than emotions to prevent infernos like the one at Baldia Town and Mehran Town. The Sindh High Court Chief Justice issued the remarks while hearing a petition seeking a higher power inquiry into the Mehran Town factory fire. At the very outset of the hearing, Karachi Metropolitan Corporation Council informed the two-member bench that the Sindh Building Control Authority had not obtained a no-objection certificate from the body for the construction of the factory. The council informed the court that seeking permission from KMC before issuing a layout plan for the construction of the building for industrial purpose within Karachi division is a statutory requirement. He alleged that the SBCA routinely skips the process. Meanwhile, petitioner Nadeem Sheikh, who was pleading his case in person, claimed before the court that the factories in the residential area could not have been built without the SBA's collusion. At that point, the Sindh High Court Chief Justice observed that accusation and emotions aside, effective legislation and strict implementation is required for preventing such incidents in the future. The court, after briefly hearing the arguments, issued notice to Home Secretary Sindh and other respondents. He also directed the KMC, SBCA and others to submit reports before the next hearing on September 29. A man in Lahore was detained after his dog attacked an 8-year-old girl in Iqbal Town, stated police officials. The dog bit the girl, after which she sustained injuries and has been sent to nearby hospital for treatment, whereas the dog owner has been detained by the Lahore police and a case has been listed against him for leaving the dog unchecked. Previously, in June, the Punjab police had arrested a man whose dog had attacked a boy selling toys in a family park in the city's Iqbal Town. In a video that went viral on social media, the boy was seen in bloodied clothes after the attack near Lahore's Moon Market as people tried to help him while the owner of the dog tried to keep the dog away. When some of the onlookers attempted to help the little boy to stand, he fell back down crying out in pain. In a bid to control rising number of coronavirus cases in Islamabad, Deputy Commissioner Hamza Shafkat announced on Friday that schools in Islamabad will be closed from tomorrow. Talking to Twitter, Shafkat said that the decision is being taken due to the increasing pressure on hospitals. Apart from schools, intercity transport, indoor gyms and all kind of gatherings will be banned in federal capital. The DC said that the restrictions will remain in place till September 12th. The Islamabad administration introduced new restriction as Pakistan nationwide death toll from COVID-19 shot past 26,000. The daily data issued by the National Command and Operations Center showed that Pakistan reported 57 new deaths in the last 24 hours. The new deaths took the nationwide death tally to 26,035. On the other hand, Pakistan also reported 3,787 new cases in the last 24 hours. The new cases take the countrywide tally of positive cases to 1,171,578, while the positivity ratio of the country stands at 6.34%. In view of the increasing cases of coronavirus, the provincial government has banned intercity public transport in 15 districts of Punjab. The Department of Transport has sent letters to the Deputy Commissioners, Secretary DRTA and Assistant Commissioners of 15 districts. According to the notification from September 4 to September 12, intercity public transport will be banned. The banned districts include Lahore, Sheikhupura, Faisalabad, Rawalpindi, Gujranwala, Gujarat, Sialkot, Sargodha, Khushab, Miawali, Bakhar, Khanewal, Multan and Rahim Yar Khan. Note that during the last 24 hours, more than 61 deaths from the coronavirus have been reported across the country, while more than 3,000 people tested positive. The National Command and Operations Center said that 61 patients died during the last 24 hours, after which the total number of deaths from coronavirus rose to 26,175. The NCOC added that 3,747 new cases of coronavirus were reported in the last 24 hours, bringing the total number of cases in the country to 1,179,305. The total number of patients recovering from the coronavirus in the country has reached 1,060,881. According to the NCOC, 57,908 tests have been conducted in the last 24 hours and 18,053,326 tests have been conducted in total. The positivity rate in the country stood at 6.47%, with 5,506 cases of coronavirus in 631 hospitals across the country in critical condition. So far, 45,498,100 115 people in the country have been given one dose of the vaccine, while 18,512,319 people have been administered both doses of the vaccine. Uncertainty in the money market is likely to continue next week as official trade figures for the first 2 months of the current fiscal year revealed significant widening in trade balance. The trade balance for the first 2 months of the current fiscal year posted a widening deficit by 120%. The trade deficit stood at $7.49 billion during the first 2 months current fiscal year, compared with $3.4 billion in the corresponding months of the last fiscal year. The country needs dollars to ease the external payment pressure due to the inflows of the greenback in the shape of the export receipts. The exports of the country registered 27.59% growth to $4.57 billion during the first 2 months of the current fiscal year, compared with $3.58 billion in the corresponding period of the last fiscal year. Although the exports exhibited significant growth to support the rupee, a sharp increase in import bill offset the impact of exports on the local unit. The import bill posted a 72.6% increase to $12.06 billion during July-August of the current fiscal year, compared with $6.99 billion in the same period of the last fiscal year. At the current pace, the exports of the country are increasing with monthly average of $2.28 billion and the import bill is growing with a monthly average of $6 billion. This shows the trade deficit with this rate would balloon to around $44.6 billion, with the import bill at $72 billion and exports at $27.36 billion. The widening of the trade deficit and slower pace of inflows of remittance would put pressure on the balance of payments. The current account deficit for July was at $773 million as reported by the State Bank of Pakistan. Meanwhile, the remittances maintained the pace of over $2 billion per month in July 2021. The federal government has approved 90% or 234 billion rupees of the project under the Southern Balochistan Development Program Phase 2. The new approved projects have been included in the Federal Public Sector Development Program 2021-22, for which 25.72 billion rupees have been allocated in the current fiscal year, according to an official in the Ministry of Planning. Likewise, during the current fiscal year, the allocation for various ongoing PSDP projects under the SBDP amount to 29.160 billion rupees. The official said Minister for Planning, Development and Special Initiatives Asad Umar had directed to prepare a priority list of projects to ensure adequate funding for fast-moving and strategic projects for timely completion. In November last year, the federal government had announced a 600 billion rupees package for the development of 9 least development districts of South Balochistan, including Washuk, Lasbela, Gawadar, Panjgur, Turbatkhesh, Khuzdar, Awara, Kharan and Chagai. According to the plan, the federal government agreed to fund 540 billion rupees, while the remaining amount of 60 billion would be provided by the provincial government. It's hard for her, the Queen, to turn away from her beloved grandson, however badly he's behaved, royal commentator Angela Lewin said on Sunday. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex continue to face criticism for their comments about the British royal family. After stepping down as senior members of the British royal family, the couple has settled in the United States. The couple recently faced backlash following the publication of an updated version of their unauthorized biography, Finding Freedom. Shagufta Ejaz is a Pakistani actress with a long career in this profession. She's been in this line of employment since she was a teenager. She has appeared in a number of popular dramas that have been broadcast on both PTV and private television stations. She is considered among the finest actors in Pakistan. She has made her acting debut with a leading role and gained success with the drama Junglos, हकीकत, जीना तो यही है, मम्मी मैं और वो, खाला कुलसूम का कुंबा, परछाइयां, हमसे जुदा ना होना, जिंदगी दूब तुम गाना सया, सरताज मेरा तो राज मेरा and many more. Shagufta Ejaz is the mother of 4 lovely daughters. Haya Ali, her daughter, is engaged to Tala Chaudhary. Portugal's forward Cristiano Ronaldo has broken the world record of scoring most in international matches. His name has been added to the Guinness World Records. Ronaldo took it to his Instagram, where he posted a picture of himself while holding a framed certificate awarded by the Guinness World Record. Expressing his gratitude, the 63-year-old footballer wrote, "Thank you to the Guinness World Records. Always good to be recognized as a world record breaker. Let's keep trying to set the numbers even higher." Few hours after posting, the post got more than 10 million likes and over 104,000 comments in which fans congratulated him. They also praised him for his achievements. Ronaldo achieved the record for scoring the most goals in international soccer matches in the male category during the match between Portugal and Ireland on September 1, 2021 at the Algarve Stadium in Portugal. According to the Guinness World Records. Ronaldo had previously shared the record with Ali Daei of Iran, who has 109 goals between 1993 and 2006. On September 1, Ronaldo set a new record by scoring 111 goals in a single season. Pakistan Cricket Board has announced the 15-man squad for the upcoming series against New Zealand and England in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2021. Pakistan will go against New Zealand and England in the home series in Rawalpindi and Lahore from September 27 to October 14. After that, the national squad will take on their arch rivals India in their opening match of ICC T20 World Cup on October 24 at Dunai International Stadium. Asif Ali and Khushid Shah have been added to the squad to give more batting power to the middle order. Asif Ali played his last T20 international against Zimbabwe in April and averages 16.38 with a strike rate of 123.74, while his overall strike rate in T20 cricket stands at 147. Khushdil Shah's last T20 international was against South Africa in Lahore earlier this year. The left-hander averages more than 21 and holds a strike rate of 109.24, while his overall T20 strike rate stands at 134. While selecting Asif and Khushdil for the squad, Chief Selector Mohammad Wasim said, Asif Ali and Khushdil Shah may not have impressive numbers against their names, but hardly anyone can doubt their tremendous talent and prowess. They are the best in the available pool of middle-order batsmen, and we remain confident that they will provide us solutions to our middle-order difficulties through solid performances. Popular social media sensation Alishba Anjum's new video has viral on the internet. She shares her TikTok transition video. Took to her Instagram, Alishba shares her breathtaking video in beautiful attire. In a viral clip, the TikToker can be seen reading a book and suddenly she's transformed herself into another getup. Alishba got fame by making entertaining videos on social media apps. She has 1.5 million followers on Instagram. She is the sister of another TikTok sensation, Jannat Mirza.
बोल ब्रीफ्स की वीडियो सबसे पहले देखने के लिए बोल ब्रीफ्स के चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल आइकन पर क्लिक करना ना भूलें।